All right. So the first assignment will be multiplying and dividing to solve equations. So wherever the x is, if you have a fraction next to it, you multiply it by the reciprocal of the fraction. What's the reciprocal of negative 1/3? Negative 3/1. So you're going to multiply each side by negative 3. You don't even have to solve that one. You just have to say what we're multiplying by. Here, what would we do to get x alone? Divide by 2. Divide by 2 on both sides. So here we're solving. Here we divide by 4. So x equals 6. Here we divide by 2. So x equals 24. Here, what would we divide by? Negative 1. So it'd be negative 34. Here we divide by what? Negative 1. So we'd get a positive 22. No 11's involved in that equation. Here we divide by what? Negative 7. And you'd probably use your calculator to figure that out, but it should be 16.
Times 5.
Here we multiply by 5. So we get a negative 40. Here, what would we multiply or divide by? Multiply by 11/5. If we multiply by 11/5, the 25, and you'll use your calculator, so you probably won't have to do this, but the 25/5 canceled. 5 times 11 is 55. Here, what would we multiply by?
7/9.
Negative 7/9. The 9, negative 7/9, and the 27 is 3 and 1, so you get negative 27. Negative 21, I mean. Okay. Here you'd multiply by what? Negative 7/3. 7 goes into 35 5 times, so there's a 5 on the bottom. 3 goes into 6 2 times, and 2 is on the top, so it's negative 2/5. Here we'd multiply by a negative 4. Even though it's positive 4 on the bottom, since there's a negative up top, this will take care of both. Multiply by negative 4, you get negative 40. So that's what you'll see on the first assignment. On the second assignment, now you're solving equations with multiple steps. You can wait for a second. Okay. So when you have multiple steps, you have to do what's least associated with the x first. Okay? So since 5 is being multiplied by x, it's kind of the reverse of the order of operations. You're going to add and subtract first. So 5x equals 15, so x equals 3. Here, what do you move first, the 4 or the 6? 6. So subtract 6, 4x equals 4, so x equals 1. Here, what would you move first? Add 7. So 8x equals 16, so x equals 2. Okay? So more of the same all the way down to, let's do this one, number 9. So on number 9, what's 8x plus negative 11x? Negative 19x equals 133. Since they both have x's on them, you don't move anything to the other side right away. You combine like terms. Then you divide by a negative 19. X equals 19 goes into 133 7 times, I think. So it's a negative 7. On this one, we combine like terms. The x's are combined. We need to combine first. Okay? So, but if we want to clear all the fractions, we multiply by the least common denominator. What number does 2, 3, and 6 all go into? No. 6. So you're going to multiply both sides by 6. So if you multiply both sides by 6, you get rid of all the fractions. So half times 6 is 3x. 8 times 6 is 48. 6 times 1/3 is 2x. 5 times 6 is 5. 5/6 of 6 is 5. And then you get 6x. And then you just solve the equation normally. X minus 48 equals 5 plus 6x. Subtract x from each side. So negative 48 equals 5x. Wait, oops, I screwed this one up. So you subtract x from each side. So negative 48 equals 5 minus 5x plus 5x. Subtract 5. Negative 53 equals 5x and divide by 5. X equals that. But you don't have to do that. You just have to say what you're going to do to both sides. How can I get rid of my fractions here? I multiply by 6, my whatever denominators I have. So I get 6x plus 1x equals 6 times 14 is 84. So I get 7x equals 84. Oops, 6 times 14 isn't 84. 4. It is 2, I guess. And then 7 goes into 84 how many times? 12. Okay, so x equals 12. Here, we want to combine like terms. What's a smaller variable, 7x or negative 6x? So we're going to add, or y, I guess it is. We're going to add 6y to each side. Since that's smaller and it's a negative, we're going to add to both sides. So 13y minus 4 equals 35. That's a problem like the rest of the assignment. Add 4, 13y equals 39, y equals 3. This one, combine like terms, so 6 minus 4x equals negative 2x minus 2. Add 4x, so 6 equals 2x minus 2. Add 2, 8 equals 2x, and divide by 2. X equals 4. Here we want to get rid of fractions. What's the least common denominator between 5 and 6? Well, if they don't go into each other, you multiply them together. So 30 would be the least common denominator. So 30 times 5 is 150 over 6 plus 30 over 5t plus 120 over 6, and you reduce your fractions. 150 over 6 is 25. 30 over 5 is 6t. And then 120 over 6 is 20. So if you subtract 25 from each side, 6t equals negative 5, divide by 6. T equals negative 5, 6. So you will have a fraction or two on this assignment. So be careful of that. Okay? And then this one has fractions. So how do we get rid of our fractions? Multiply everything by 2, because 2 is the least common denominator. So 7x plus 1x equals 8x plus 7 plus 7x. And then combine like terms, 7x and 1x is 8x equals 8x and 7x make 15x plus 7. Subtract 15x. Negative 7x equals 7, so x equals negative 1. Okay, so your 2 assignments are out there. You can get started on them. And then we'll have a quiz tomorrow. We'll review for the quiz, then take the quiz. Or not tomorrow, Wednesday. Wednesday, we'll take the quiz.